Let me take this phone off the charger. So, how are you guys all doing? I'm doing great. I got my glasses on so I could actually read the stream without straining my eyes. Because that's what you need to do. Let me turn this on for subscribers only so I don't get some weirdos in here. So, did you hear what happened with Chapel Roan? Hey, Maisie Mick. Did you hear what happened with Chapel Roan and Jude Law's daughter? Apparently, this is how the story goes. Jude Law's daughter, his wife, and okay, no, let me backtrack. I got this wrong. Hey, Nick. So Jude Law's ex-wife is married to this Brazilian soccer star. I forgot what the hell his name was. And they were at this hotel in Brazil, and her 11-year-old daughter happens to come across Chapel Roan, and she went to say hi, or was attempting to say hi, and the security guard stopped her and said she couldn't go and say hi to Chapel Roan. Well, Chapel Roan made a video on Instagram saying that that's not her security guard and she's not mean to her fans. And I'm just like, this is such a messy situation. Hey, Nick, it's such a messy situation because I believe that Chapel Roan wouldn't be that way towards her fans. I would like to hope she's not, because I've met plenty of artists in my time when I would wait after shows, and I've only had one rude encounter when I asked a musician for pictures and he said no. He said no to me. Anyways, let me go and get some Powerade here and go in the living room so that you guys can see it. Because this room, I got a lot of things that I'm doing in this room right now. Look at my shirt, guys. It says, "Have a Coke and a smile." Because you know I love Coca. Also, we are also getting a new washing machine in this house. I haven't been able to wash clothing for almost 2 weeks now. Luckily, I have a lot of clothing, so I haven't ran out of clothing. But we're getting a new washing machine. Thank you. I got it at Ross. I love Coca-Cola. Sorry for all you Pepsi lovers out there, but I love Coca-Cola. When I saw the shirt, I was like, I have to get it because I love Coca-Cola. It was a no-brainer. So today my sister wanted to go somewhere, so we went to the outlet. And the outlet is a very busy place. I'm not much for going to malls and outlets anymore, but my sister needed to look for something for a funeral that we're going to next week. So she found some nice black pants. Of course, I went to my favorite place, Old Navy, got some pants, because your girl here realizes she has a lot of workout pants and needs to get some decent jeans. I sold that shirt from Paulina. Paulina's a Pepsi lover. Paulina needs a Pepsi shirt. Paulina needs a Pepsi shirt. But thank you. I'm getting used to wearing these glasses, to be really honest with you. I can't read the screen. If I try to read the screen without the glasses, it's like so blurry. I bought these from the Dollar Tree for like $1.25 or $1.75. I forget how much the Dollar Tree is nowadays for stuff, to be really honest with you. And I don't really shop at the Dollar Tree all that much. We have a Dollar Tree in my area. In fact, we have 3 Dollar Trees. And sometimes I will go to Dollar Tree, but not all that often. Oh, sorry, I'm not very good at figuring out jokes. Excuse me. 129 here. It is 175 here. Got some Powerade. I gotta be better at figuring out jokes. People always tell me you just can't figure out if someone's joking or not. I go, I'm just horrible with jokes. Or horrible with figuring out jokes. So yeah, I went to Old Navy today. There was a little bit of a line at Old Navy. But I managed to get through the Old Navy line. Got my pair of pants. And I just made a beeline out of the store. Almost ended up at the Columbia outlet because you guys know I love Columbia. And I buy a lot of clothing from Columbia. Almost went there, but then I thought to myself, man, you have a lot of Columbia clothing. You need to slow down. Hey, Mason, you need to slow down. Which is true. I do need to slow down when it comes to buying certain brands of clothing. My mom told me today, she goes, the reason why you shop at Old Navy is because you realize you're getting old. And that you are now into old things. And I told her, I'm not young. I'm 40-something. I can't be going to a place that is meant for people in their 20s. I mean, let's be really honest. People in their 20s are not hanging out with people in their 40s. If they are, it's probably their mom. Because I'm at an age where I could have a kid in their 20s. Jeez. I was like doing the math. Like, dude, I could even have a kid that is 30. If I had a kid in 1996, which I'd be 13 or 14 at the time, which is very possible, I could have a kid that's 30, be a teenage mom, but luckily, I'm not a teenage mom. Nothing wrong with getting old. So I watched this really, really old Lifetime movie with Paul Dano where he becomes a dad in freshman year of high school. I don't know if that's one of Paul Dano's first movies, but I just saw my friend yesterday. She's 23. Ha ha ha. My sister is 30. Me and my sister have a 14 years age difference. We hang out all the time. Hey, Kimba. I mean, I don't mind hanging out with younger people, but I just think would younger people want to hang out with people my age? If I were my parents, I would have a 30-year-old. She crocheted me a Beatles tapestry. How talented of her. Oh my gosh. Nobody in my family knows how to crochet. My sister Danielle is an artist. She paints. She draws. My sister Angela sews. But me, Angela, and Danielle all play instruments. That's one thing we all do. David, who's my brother, he's good at tennis. And that's it. He never really got into playing musical instruments. And he's not an artist. Nick at Night. And then my older brother actually is very good with computers. And my younger brother, he's good with computers too. So I guess you can say both of them are very good with electronics. So I finally got a new phone case for my phone after having this one phone case for like 2 years that I got from Walmart. I finally decided it was time that I got a new phone case for my phone. So I got something that was retro inspired. I bought it from this website, Casely. I've seen ads for them so many times. So I bought it, and it's nice. I like it, and it will do the job. Because I got tired of my black phone case. I just needed something different. I gotta go adjust these glasses. I wish I knew how to crochet, Kimba. I think crocheting would be cool to learn. Because then I could go and make my own stuff. I think that'd be really cool to learn. But I'm horrible. I'm horrible at like certain things. Well, thank you. I am letting my hair grow out. I had to cut my hair previously because I had bleached my hair and I had done a very bad job of bleaching my hair. And in turn of bleaching my hair, some of my hair actually fell out when I bleached it. And when that happened, this was the second time I bleached my hair. I was like, okay, I am not bleaching my hair anymore. Because I was not about to lose more hair. So I had to cut off the parts that were damaged from the bleach. And this is what my hair has become now. My natural hair has grown in nicely, which is fantastic. I keep my top part of my hair, my natural hair color, and then the bottom and part of my hair, I have it red. I like it like that because, to be really honest with you, I used to have all of my hair purple or red, but I decided that I wanted to have parts of my natural hair peeking through because that's what I was born with. It's just like dark brown, almost like black hair. I'm hoping to get it to grow like right here, maybe. But I know it's going to take a few years for it to grow. I do have a lot of gray hair that is present, Kimba. Unfortunately, the gray hair is starting to show more. And I know some people don't like having gray hair, but I've embraced the fact that I do have some gray hair. And that now the gray hair is even more. And, you know, I'm going through the stages of premenopausal, too, as well. Yeah, growing old has its perks, and not so much its perks. You know what's been stuck in my head is that song "Dying for You" from Charlie XCX off of the Wuthering Heights soundtrack. I think it's off the Wuthering Heights soundtrack. Oh my gosh, girl, I'm like every single cramp pain, I'm like, dude, is this the end? Gray hair when I was young and I first got gray hair. To be really honest with you, I was like, man, gray hair at 30, I thought it was really young, but it turns out getting gray hair when you're young is very common. I've embraced it because you can see it right here. Look it. Got a little bit of gray hair. And, you know, I used to cover that up. I used to cover that up with like dyes for a bit, and then I stopped. And then back in 2022, I was, coloring my hair again, and now I'm just like, you know what? I like this gray slash brown. I like this natural thing. I like it. I've embraced it. Because I realize, you got to embrace what God gave you. And God gave me brownish black hair. That's what God gave me. Plus, my dad started getting gray hair at 18. So having gray hair at a young age runs in our family. My gosh, guys, we have lost. Thank you, Nick. We have lost so many people this week. Or just, I think, in this month alone. I mean, we lost Nicholas Brennan from Buffy. We lost, who else did we lose? I'm thinking who we lost this year. We lost Jesse Jackson, Chuck Norris, Robert Redford, the guy from Sanford and Sons. We lost some political guy. I can't keep track of all the people that we've lost, to be really honest with you. I just can't keep track. We lost so many people this year. It's like, can we just chill for a minute with the people that we lost in 2026? Just take a little chill pill. God doesn't make mistakes. Thank you. Thank you, Kimba. I'm embracing it too, and we still can be cute. There was a time when I was not too happy about the gray hair. But now it's like, you know what? I got this gray hair. I'm going to embrace it because I've seen people with TikToks who have gray hair, and I look at it and I'm like, wow, they look so beautiful with their gray hair. And when you think about it, there are people who actually want to have gray hair, and they dye their hair to be gray. And I think having gray hair is a privilege. It just means you're growing old, and it's a privilege to grow old. Because not everybody gets to grow old. Oh, and yeah, and now I think about it, also James Vanderbeek. So young. My sister just texted me. It is hot. You guys that are out in the Midwest and the East Coast, I suppose, or places that are cold, you guys get to have an actual spring. Out here in LA, it has gotten to about 90. And it's supposed to be spring right now. It feels like summer already. It's like we didn't really have much of a winter. We get maybe a month or two of winter in LA, and then it's just no spring, just complete summer. We have fall, which is a little bit cold and hot. It's like we really don't get a cold thing here in LA. It's pretty much hot. I lost 5 personal in my music community in a month. I'm sorry to hear about that, Ken. We've just been losing so many people left and right. And I just saw a post for Mr. William Shatner, who turned 95. And I was thinking, dude, if William Shatner makes it to 100, that would be so epic, right? If William Shatner makes it to 100. Because William Shatner's 95. He's still alive. And that's pretty epic. That he's made it to 95 years old. Because you remember Betty White? Betty White was 3 weeks shy of making it to 100. They took Betty White at 99. Yeah, I was like so gung-ho about Betty White making to 100. And then she died 3 weeks before her birthday. 3 weeks. It's sad. It's sad to hear that, Ken. It's sad. I mean, I lost someone recently, very young, in my opinion, 63, young age, close to us, one of my relatives. And to be really honest with you, you just don't know when your day is going to go. But, you make the best of it. You make the best of it. I'll be praying for you, because that's what I do. I pray for people. You live in hot hell, okay? You live in Satan's butthole. There are places, or there are states that I call Satan's butthole. Florida, Arizona, California. If you guys live in any of those states, you live in Satan's butthole. Yeah, you live in Satan's butthole. If there's any other states that you guys can think of that gets hot pretty much most of the year, they're Satan's butthole. 100 degrees. I hope you drank plenty of water, AZ Mick. Because let me tell you, it was 96 yesterday. 96. Holy hell. And I gotta go and get my fan eventually installed in my room. Eventually, but not right now. I gotta make space in my room for the fan. I'm not coming. Well, I'm glad you stayed inside. I would have not gone out in that heat. I'm thinking if I went out yesterday. No, I think I stayed home yesterday. Or did I go to Mexican market yesterday? I forgot. 35? I wish it was 35. I wish it was 35. Yeah, 100 is very common in Arizona. It was 96 yesterday. I wish it was 35. You need that expensive deodorant when it gets hot. I actually got some deodorant today. My sister bought me some deodorant at Sephora. So we're going to test it tonight, and we're going to see how that deodorant works on me. It is not the cheapest of deodorants, but we're going to use it. Now, the deodorant that I normally use is either Degree, Tom's of Maine, Dove, or Secret. That is what I use when it comes to deodorant. But my sister saw this Sol Rio de Janeiro thing that they had at Sephora, and we tried it and it smelled great. I got it. So I'm going to see how it works. Because I need something that's going to last me. Okay. Feed your cats. They are Callie and Gravy, and you love them. I love cats. You need that extra aluminum flavored kind. Gotcha. You use deodorant from Avon. Avon is an OG. Those Avon ladies got to you, didn't they, AZ Mick? You know those Avon ladies are just very convincing. They can get anybody to buy anything. They're like the Girl Scouts. The Girl Scouts be out there selling you Thin Mints, getting your money. They don't even have to try. All they gotta say is, I got Girl Scout cookies. And you're out there spending $6. Because that's how much Girl Scout cookies cost nowadays. It's like $6. Who needs, for all the people out there who are doing hard drugs, swap the hard drugs out with some Girl Scout cookies. The Girl Scout cookies will give you the same kind of high that drugs will. They'll give you the same kind of high. And they're tasty. I don't think I ever heard anybody say crack cocaine is delicious. Although some people who probably are watching my stream probably have dabbled in crack cocaine. If you are, I'm just going to be really honest with you. Crack cocaine is not your friend. It killed Philip Seymour Hoffman. Can you shout out my friend Ray? Hi, Ray. I love Black Suede and Wild Country. Ooh. I know what you're about, and no, I'm not going to. I know what you're about. If you're trying to be funny, don't bother. I'm guessing you're a young person too. Because the way you spell please. Okay, cool. So how's everybody doing? Is everybody having a good week? Because my week has been pretty good so far. Hey, Paul. I've been watching a lot of movies. Watching a lot of movies from my favorite place, Time Life. No, not Time Life. Lifetime. Why say Time Life? Lifetime. Well, happy birthday, Paul. You are a Pisces, I assume. Happy birthday to the Pisces. Fish sign. Thank you. I have to wear the glasses in order to read the stream. The glasses are not because I want to wear them. It's because I have to wear them in order to read this phone. If I don't, all your messages become blurry. Had some good food, family time, cake. I love a good cake. Aries. Aries. Yeah, wait. Yeah, you're an Aries? Is there a Pisces or is it Aries? Oh yeah, Aries. Okay. I'm like totally bad with my like astrological signs. I know there's Pisces, there's Aries, there's Aquarius, there's Cancer, there's Leo, there's Gemini, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Libra, Scorpio. I'm a Sagittarius. I can't spell Sagittarius, so I just say I am a Sag. And people get what I mean by that. Because why do I have to have such a long name sign? Or, zodiac sign. Sagittarius. And then people who are Capricorn, too. Yeah. Like, I think I can kind of spell Aquarius. I think it's like Aquarius or something. But yeah. I remember, let me think. Oh, there's also Leo, too. I had forgotten about Leo. You see, because there's so many signs. A Sag, that works fine. I know how to, I say Sagittarius, but if you ask me to spell out my own zodiac sign, I can't spell Sagittarius. I know there's like probably 2 G's in it, and there's some T's and I's and U's and S. Don't ask me how to spell Sagittarius. I'm just a Sagittarius. I technically was supposed to be born in December, but God had other plans, so I ended up born in November. But I technically was supposed to be a December kid. Yeah, I was technically supposed to be born in December, but I did not want to cooperate in the womb, so they had to let me out early. So I ended up born in November, the 22nd to be exact. That's what I heard. Yes, I did, because I was wrapped around the umbilical cord. Hence the reason why I came early. March 21st. Wow. Yesterday. Cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that sounded kind of dirty. So I went through all of my black dresses, and I found a black dress to wear for the funeral that I'm going to. There was a period where I was buying a lot of black dresses, and now those black dresses have come in handy. I have another black dress in my closet, and then I have this other black dress, but it's too short for a funeral. I was meant to arrive on St. Patrick's Day. I didn't go too far over St. Patrick's Day. It'd be kind of cool if I was born on like a special holiday, but no. I was born the day Kennedy died, but I do share a birthday with Rodney Dangerfield, the Get No Respect man, and I also share a birthday with Scarlett Johansson, a couple of people from K-pop. So not too shabby. I gotta keep adjusting these glasses. Not too shabby, to be really honest with you, but it would be kind of cool to be born on Christmas or Valentine's Day, or even being born on leap year. Because leap year, right? You're born on the 29th, but it's every 4 years, so that means you celebrate your birthday on the 28th. Could you imagine? I mean, the people who are born on Christmas and Christmas Eve, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, to be really honest. Or the people who are born on the first day of January in the new year. There's also those things that they tell you about your birthday, like what national day or what national holiday is on your birthday. Apparently, on my birthday, it's National Relish Day. which is very interesting. National Relish Day. Stay up, glasses. God dang it, I need to get some different glasses. I think with a leap year birthday, wouldn't they celebrate their birthday on the 28th of February versus March the 1st? I don't know anybody that was born on leap year, to be really honest with you. But I would assume that they would celebrate on the 28th. Yours marks the first day of spring here. I think our first day of spring already happened, like a few days ago. I mean, our clocks have already sprung forward, so we have an hour less of sleep. AZ Mick lives in Arizona where they don't change the time. And I wish we would just be like that, where we don't change the time, but we do change the time. Hold up. I gotta remove some of these notifications that I have. It's March 1st. Well, does it depend on the holiday? Because I heard that if the groundhog gets out or something, like if you see a groundhog or the groundhog hides, you get an extra something or rather. Out here in the United States, that's what we do. There's a thing called Groundhog's Day. Our spring forward next week. Oh, okay. Yeah, we already have spring forward with our time. That happens in March. But other than that, we don't have anything else that's exciting besides Easter within the next couple of months. Easter is the only exciting holiday we have. Oh, wait. No, we have Memorial Day. And then also we have, let me think what else we have. We have no holidays in March. Wait, no, maybe towards the end. I think we have Easter vacation. Because our Easter is on April the 5th this year. I had to go and look it up. Because it does change. We also have Father's Day and Mother's Day. I forgot about that. Mother's Day is in May. Father's Day is in June. And sometimes Father's Day does fall on my dad's birthday. But Mother's Day and Father's Day is always Sunday. Oh, so it's the same in the UK as it is in the United States. Interesting. I was thinking it might have been a little different in the UK. But it's good to know that the UK and the United States as a collective whole celebrates Easter on the same day. Good to know. We're probably going to get a ham next week. Because usually we have a ham for Easter. It's just a tradition to have ham for Easter. And my dad told me the reason why to have ham for Easter is because the Christians wanted to have a holiday where they could eat ham. I forgot. He told me the reason why they have ham. I think it's something to do with the Jewish people. I don't know. I'm not going to go into that too deep. So we're going to be getting a new electric panel in this house as well because some of our lighting in the house is very old, so we need to get that up to code. We have Good Friday too on the 3rd, which is part of Easter holiday. Yeah, we have Good Friday as well. And there's also Lent. If you're a Catholic, we have Lent where you give up meat or you give up certain things, actually. No, actually you give up stuff. So we have Lent. Got somebody coming over. We have Good Friday too on the 3rd, which is part of the Easter. Yep, Good Friday. If you're a Catholic, and I assume Christians also too, do the Good Friday thing. Yes, we'll be having maintenance over, Kimba. He speaks Spanish, Kimba. I can, give you his number. I can give you his number and be like, hey, my friend Kimba here likes her maintenance man. She likes them when they work hard. No, it's never really been a it's not it's just another day. We don't have it as a holiday here in the United States. I don't think Good Friday is a holiday. However, the week of Good Friday we do have off because if you work in a school, you get 2 weeks off from Easter or a week off from Easter. So yes, technically we do get Good Friday off because they give you a week off in the schools from Easter when you worked in the schools. You don't speak Spanish very well. Either do I. And I took a year of Spanish in high school. And the reason why I took a year of Spanish is my dad can speak and write it. So I took it thinking I was going to get an easy A. I got a C in Spanish, okay? A C. My very first report that I did in Spanish was about Kobe Bryant. I wrote about how much I love Kobe Bryant in Spanish. May he rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. But that was my very first thing I had to write in Spanish. I had a teacher named Mr. Linford. Mr. Linford was a white dude who lived in Mexico for many years, and he could speak the language really well. He was like Rick Bayless. If you guys don't know who Rick Bayless is, Rick Bayless is this chef from Chicago who speaks Spanish very well. There's these memes about who they would trust in the white community to cook Mexican food. And a lot of people are like, I trust Rick Bayless. And I trust him too. The homie introduced me to Mexican foods that I did not know. So I had a teacher that was kind of like Rick Bayless in high school. And he knew a lot. And you know what? I almost failed Spanish. I was like, ay, ay, ay. But then at the end, I was like, you know what? I am not going to be taking Spanish again. So I really, really tried my hardest at the end, and I passed Spanish. Because Lord would not wanted to see me taking Spanish during the summer. Same here, Lisa. The kids get 2 weeks from Easter break. It seems very similar to you guys. Yeah, we get 2 weeks from Easter break with the schools. And then Christmas, I think we get like 3 to 2 weeks. And then they get summer. And summer is about 2 to 3 months. But if you don't work in the school district, then you don't get, the 2 weeks, the 3 weeks, or the 2 months in the summer. Yeah, my Spanish is muy bueno, un poquito. I don't have a lot of Spanish knowledge. Like when I go to a Spanish restaurant, I can speak the bare minimum. I'd be like, me gusta roja burrito, poquito, just the basic stuff. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Lisa, you live in LA, which has a very big Latin population or Latino population. Why don't you know Spanish? It just never occurred to me to really dive into knowing Spanish very well. I know what I know. I know very little, and it's got me pretty. I took 3 years of Spanish, but that was so long ago. Yeah, for me too. It's been 20 25 years since I was in that Spanish class. I do not know if that teacher is still alive, Mr. Linford. I do not know if he's still alive. Like, I tried looking up some of the teachers that I used to have and to see if there was a teacher that I really love, Mr. Kinter. And I went to look him up. And I don't know if he's still alive, but wishful thinking that these teachers that I had a long time ago are still alive. Who knows? Who knows? I have yet to run into a teacher of mine. I have yet to run into one. 6 weeks, summer break here, July, September, 2 weeks at Christmas, and then the kids get something called half term, where they get a week holiday off school, once in February and then once in October. No, we don't have that here in the U.S. We have spring, no, not spring. We have summer vacation starting in June. It starts in June, and then it's till like about August. So the kids get June, July, and a little bit of August off, and then they come back. So they get roughly 2 months off, and they come back in August. Now, it used to be from June to September. The kids would come back in September. But I think over the past, I want to say, more than 15 years, the kids come back in August for school. That does sound tolerable, Paul. That does sound tolerable. I mean, the kids need a break. They have to start school at 7:45 here, where I am. I don't know how it is in other parts of the United States, but out here in California, school starts at 7:45, and then it ends at 2:45. So we're in school for about 8 hours a day. And usually this is what an American school would consist of. Now, when I was in high school, you had math, you had English, you had science, you had PE, and then, of course, we had, your extracurricular activity, and we had some kind of a history class. And then we also, in my school, it was required before you graduate that you would have some kind of extracurricular class, whether it be driver's ed, home ec, and then you also had to do computers. You had to have 1 year of computers to graduate, and you had to have 1 year of a foreign class to graduate. I don't know if it's the same anymore in schools, but when I was in school, you had to have the computer and foreign language and some extracurricular class to graduate. Now, I almost failed my history class my senior year of high school. I luckily got a D. It was economics. And I said to that teacher, I don't want to see you again. I'm going to pass this class because I'd be damned if I have to see you during the summer. Seeing his mug face for the amount of time that I saw him, I was like, no. I do not want to see him anymore. So yes, you best believe I passed the econ government class. I studied so hard on that test. I was not about to become a summer student. I wanted to walk with all of my kids, all my friends across the stage, and I did. I got a D minus. So talk about barely passing a class. School's here 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sunday here, Saturday, Sunday off. Same here. Schools are from Monday through Friday, 7:45 to 2:45. Yeah, it's just a variation. But also in my school, you had to take 3 years of PE. You had to take 3 years of PE in order to pass as well. So I went and I took the easiest thing in PE. I took like a basketball slash gym kind of thing. I sucked at basketball, but you know what? I did it. We had to run like a mile of running. So I did a mixture of running and walking because let's be really honest, I wasn't trying to join any track teams in high school. So I did a lot of walking. Lots of walking. And I remember one time, this is a funny story. Some guy said to me, "You know you got a big butt? I just thought you should know that." And I was like, "Okay." That's like the most random thing you could say. I was just running, minding my own business. Some high school guy comes out of nowhere and says, "You have a big butt." He goes, "People like that." You hated PE? Yeah, PE wasn't my favorite. To be really honest with you, I remember when I was in PE, this girl introduced me to the band Cake. That's how I discovered Cake. I was looking at her, patch that she had in her backpack, and I was like, "What's that?" And she was like, "Oh, that's Cake. We recently lost one of the founding members of Cake." So yeah, that's how I got into Cake. The very first Cake song I heard was Long Jacket, Short Skirt. Or is it short skirt, or is it short jacket, long skirt? One of those names. My sports teacher, Mr. Moore, used to make us do cross country running, but it killed me. My PE teacher's name was Mr. Wetmore. Whitmore. Or is it Wetmore? No, it was Whitmore. Yeah. He kind of looked like that guy from Wonder Years who played the dad. That is who my teacher looked like. My teacher didn't really force me to run cross country. No, we had to go and like run around. We had to go run around the track. We had to do a mile, okay? So like me, I was just like, I'm not going to run. I'm just going to do a mixture of running and walking. And that's what I did. Running and walking. Because I was just not into sports. I was horrible at all forms of sports. I could not hit a ball with a baseball bat. I could never hit the ball over the net. I surprisingly was okay at basketball. I was not going to be the next Kobe Bryant or the next LeBron James, but I was surprisingly okay at basketball. I sucked at soccer. I got hit twice in the face playing soccer. And I got scared of playing soccer after that. Yeah, I just was not good at sports. I think my parents realized I was not good at sports. You love the Wonder Years, so do I. My parents realized I was not good at sports, so they did not push me. They did not push me to do sports. They were like, "Okay, we're just not going to put our daughter in sports." But it turns out I'm really good at music, and I can play by ear, but sports I suck. I always got picked last, too. I now know why. Because I could not hit a ball. I could not sink a ball in. I was horrible at it, too, Lisa. I do feel bad. At least there was two of us. You know what I tried to play? Was golf. One day I tried to do golf. And yeah, golf is just not me. Golf's definitely not me. So, I could definitely say that I suck at golf, too. Being not good at sports, I don't think it's just exclusively to us, Paul. I think there's a lot of people out there who have accepted the fact that they are not good at sports. I'm just horrible. I'm horrible at sports. And I know that I'm horrible at sports. So I gotta go and take care of my nephew tomorrow. He's coming at 8:30. My sister has PT, which is physical therapy for those you don't know. So we're gonna be taking care of him for a couple of hours. But other than that, I'm gonna try and get the tote bag that Trader Joe's has. They're coming out tomorrow, so wish me luck. I'm also gonna try my hand in embroidery. So we're gonna embroider that bag. I never ever embroidered in my life, and I want to try my hand at it. Add some floral to it. I hated soccer too, especially playing in the winter in the snow. Luckily, I didn't have to play in the snow. I'm lucky that I didn't have to, but yeah, I would hate having to play in the snow. I just never really, got into soccer. I know in the UK they call football soccer. Out here, football is totally different. Now, that's one sport I never really played that I can think of. I never played football. I never played it. I've thrown a football, but I've never played the actual sport of football because football is mainly a man's, and in fact, no, football is a man's sport. There's no women that play professional football as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I am wrong, and I don't mind being corrected. I'm seeing what else I miss. I'm thinking what else is there out here. That's a big sport. There's swimming. I did some swimming. Wasn't no Michael Phelps. I just did it for fun. Never did skiing. Never did snowboarding. Hey, Dwayne. Welcome. Welcome to another installment of Groovy Lisa. You did skiing long ago? Cool. We are having ham for Easter too, Lisa, by the way. I just realized you said about ham. Yeah, ham is an Easter thing. Thanks, Dwayne. Ham's an Easter thing for us. We usually have ham. I don't think we ever, deviated from the ham. I think it's always been ham. And we also now have ham at Easter because I don't eat turkey, so I have ham. I just one day stopped eating turkey and I haven't looked back. I don't eat turkey and I don't eat lamb. I just don't really like the taste of either one of those. How you been doing, Dwayne? I think I saw something on TikTok about Canada and I'm trying to remember what it was about. Like, I forgot what it was about. But yeah, I saw like some kind of a video about Canada. There's always something happening in Canada, isn't there? I love a good ham. It's great for cold cuts. Yeah, especially when you like slice it thin. Or then if you put the ham with some like fried eggs. Oh, that is the bee's knee. Eggs, fried ham, and just some hash browns. Not a fan of ham eater, but I do like turkey. I don't know, I just gave up turkey one day. And I haven't looked back. But then I accidentally did eat turkey one time. And since I haven't ate it for so long, it just made me sick. Ham and eggs are the best, Paul. You just get some ham and eggs. You put a side of hash browns. I like to make hash browns with my cheese grater. Homemade hash browns are great, but if I can't get homemade hash browns or don't feel like making homemade hash browns, I just get the bag hash browns, and that works great. I like lamb. One of my late aunts and uncles had sheep on their farm. My late grandmother made lamb, and I tried it, and I've liked it ever since. I suppose it's how you cook the lamb, but lamb's a very strong meat, and it just makes me sick. Ham is good in stir fry too. Ooh, I gotta try that. Stir fry ham. Gotta try that, Dwayne. You're giving me some ideas of what to do with the leftover ham. Because, you always have leftover with ham. And ham is like good a week after you have it. All the things you can make with ham. Ham soup. You get the split piece. You put the ham bone in and you put some ham chunks in it. Oh, heavenly. There's a place out here that used to be out here called called Anderson's. And it was in this place called Solvang. They closed. But yeah, Anderson's made the best split pea soup. And they have a recipe where you can make a copycat. I'd have to try it one day and make it. But if you're out here in California, you know about Anderson's. French Canada pea soup is great. I'll have to look that up. Lamb always tastes too fatty for me. It is strong for sure, yeah. Like certain cuts of meat are very strong. And it's too strong of a smell for me. And I just one day stopped eating it. And I haven't looked back. I have not looked back. Now there's also goat meat. And I'm not into goat either. I mean, there's many different types. There's goat, there's lamb, there's bison. I've had quail. Quail isn't too bad. I've had quail. I know there's also pigeon meat. Never had that. I've had Cornish hens. Of course, we've all had chicken pretty much, unless you're a vegetarian since birth. I think pretty much everybody watching the stream now has had chicken. I make lamb. I make it slightly pink in the middle. Also braised it with Guinness. Dwayne, you are a good cook. Because you told me about some of the things that you cooked in the past. And I'm like, wow. You know how to cook very well. I'm not a good cook. My mom's the cook in this house. I know how to make basic stuff like steak. I know how to make anything in the oven as long as it has a recipe. Microwavable stuff. And I'm surprisingly good at cooking fish. And steak, somewhat good. And anything in the oven. So, like, I can make ribs in the oven. I can make pork in the oven. As long as I got a recipe, I trust the oven. I just set it and let it cook for the time allotted. And then when the timer's up, I take the food out and let it rest. And then I enjoy. I love myself a good rib. Not much into beef ribs. I like pork ribs. What is your favorite food memory from your grandmother? Well, my grandma on my dad's side really wasn't much of a cook. So, I can't say I had much memories from her, but my grandma on my mom's side cooked a lot. And one of the things she made that I really loved was fish. She was good at cooking fish. Every Saturday as a kid, I would come to her house and have fish. I did not get to know her very long because she passed away when I was like 7 or 8. So I did not get to know her. And then my grandma on my dad's side lived until I was about mid-20s, but she didn't know how to cook very well. A lot of TV dinners with her. On my mom's side of the family, her mom cooked a lot. But fish was one of my favorite things. She'd make like, hey DJ, she would make like this steamed fish that I absolutely love with the soy sauce and the ginger. Oh, Chinese fish, the best. And both of them are gone, but yeah. Yeah, my grandma on my dad's side knows that she can't cook. The other late grandma taught me how to make pierogies when I was a child. And I don't know if my grandpas knew how to cook. I don't remember them cooking me anything. She made great fruit cake too, great Christmas cakes. Oh, your grandma was a baker. Yeah, both of my grandmas didn't bake. It'd be kind of cool to have a grandma that can bake. It'd be cool to be really honest with you, but none of them actually got the baking skills. I want to learn how to bake stuff because I think it'd be really cool to like bake cakes. Now, one day, I will learn how to make a bash cheesecake. I've seen so many videos about making a bash cheesecake. I want to try because I think it'd be kind of cool. You know, I could say, hey, I made a bash cheesecake. How freaking cool is that? How come you and Dusty don't stream anymore? Together anymore? I just haven't really felt in the mood to do a panel stream, to be really honest with you. And Dusty just hasn't felt in the mood to stream. It's nothing personal. It's just I haven't felt in the mood to do a panel. Maybe eventually one day I will do a panel, but not in the near future. Not in the near future. But who knows what will happen in the future. Back then, they always baked because it was cool, effective, and it went a long way to feed the family. That is very true. My dad's adopted mom, she baked a lot. And she cooked a lot. I forgot to mention her. She was a great cook. Both my grandmothers were excellent cooks and bakers. One of them made really good donuts and cinnamon roll buns and rolls. Dang. Dwayne, if your parents were still alive, I mean, not your parents, your grandparents, I would have been like, bring me some. Bring me some. I made rolls one time. As I mentioned in previous streams, I made some Parker rolls from Bobby Flay's recipe from the Food Network, and they came out fantastic. And I want to do that again. It's a 2-hour process, but man, I want to attempt those Parker rolls again. They just came out so good when I think about it. My grandmothers were parents in the Great Depression. That played a role. Yeah, the Great Depression, you had to make stuff just to survive. And in the Great Depression, the 1930s, there was not a lot of things that were readily available. So you had to make use of what you had. You had to make use. That's the thing, Dwayne. They had to become good bakers to feed everyone. They became masters. Being on farms was also good. Let me see. Well, guys, I think this is a good stopping point. Appreciate all of you being here. Oh, I love farm grown tomatoes. We have tons in our backyard. Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, Paul, DJ Trish, Nick, Kimba, AZ Mick, always the first one. I should like send an award to AZ Mick. Thank you. I should send an award to AZ Mick. Always the first one in a Groovy Lisa stream. Pretty much always the first one. Like I should get. Thank you. You're welcome. Yes, my dad's doing great, Dwayne. Thank you for checking in. My family's doing great. But I'll probably maybe try to do a stream next week. No guarantees. It's kind of gonna be a crazy week next week. But I'll talk to you really soon. By Paul, by Dwayne, by Kimba, by AZ Mick, DJ Trish, Nick, and everybody else who is watching, because I have 8 of you. Thank you. Have a great week, everybody. Remember, treat people with kindness, peace, love, and grooviness.